So there I was, minding my own business in Leakey's bookstore in the entertainment section, when suddenly I heard a little voice. Darling, I want to be alone in the section of the bookstore. Can I have a room for me and my monkey? I want to be alone. I say, oh girl, can I interview you for my little memoir? It'll be such fun. No, I want to be alone in the biography section. Alone. By myself. Well, of course, the truth is you never really are alone in the biography section. Everybody's in there, just everybody. Marilyn Monroe, Arthur Miller, Valentino. He's not saying very much, but maybe that's because he was a screen star in the silent era. Peter Ustinov, always good for a little anecdote as well. Spencer Tracy, of course, Michael Crawford, Alec Guinness, another actor. Plenty of entertainment people, comedians, featuring in this section of biography. See any names that you know? And everything's all mixed up. The golden age of pantomime, slapstick, spectacle and subversion. And of course, it's beside Nixon, Sight and Sound, an Oliver Stone film, and on the other side, a Spanish waiter in Faulty Towers. Look at those names of the books, beatniks and beehives, it's all jumbled here. All of life is in the biography section. More actors in film and stage. Marlene Dietrich. Alec Guinness has come back. Not selling, you notice. Sergei Eisenstein, the film director. Soviet, alongside William Shatner, the other star of film. William Shatner. And Charles Chaplin, who's gone for the title of my autobiography, which is certainly clear. Here's something from Garb August for YouTube. Sure, it's violent, but that's the way we love it. Violent, violent, violent. And here are the books that got away. I was on a tight budget, so I couldn't have this Soviet cinema book. And all these books, which are guides to lots of other literature, passed on that. This I regret not getting. And then Anthony Trollope, an amazing book that said that a lot of his writings were founded on dreams that he'd had, which was a rather intriguing premise and an insight to him as a writer. But unfortunately, it wasn't particularly cheap. And when that came to the bit, although I'm reading lots of Trollops at the moment, I thought £12 was a little bit steep. The best, most intriguing parts of the building were closed off, presumably private, because that's where the books are priced and sorted through. And the big sweep of the bookstore is still there, with the little stove in the middle keeping us warm. Not on at the moment, I don't think, possibly, because it's September. So many books to see, and you can also see little bits of the beautiful stained glass windows, because this is a building that was attached to a very old church in the centre of town, the Old High. And here's a book that I did take home with me, Money for Nothing, because it's a P.G. Wodehouse book. It's a first edition. It's printed by Herbert Jenkins, who were his publishers. And not bad to have 40,000 odd copies at your third printing. The other book that I got is The British Museum is Falling Down by David Lodge, which I had read many years ago, but I'm looking forward to reading again. I only bought 2 books. Very restrained. The biography section is a curious thing in any shop because you have such an amazing mix of glamorous and villainous and everything in between, people behind the screen, behind the stage, and in front of it usually, of course, but people from all different eras, people from 20th century, 19th century, people who made stories, told stories, acted stories that are still remembered. Some of them, their names recur because it looks like their biographies or autobiographies are not selling. But each book is a whole life to read, find out more about somebody you admire, or maybe find life lessons from their life. Some of them are just a voice from the past and telling you the history of what it was like to be alive at a certain time with certain people.